What a fucking jam. God damn. Last Snow by Philanthropy, B-Side and Jasper on Endless Sunday, Volume 2. Was not expecting to be hit by such vibes. I was not. I'm greatly pleased to have been hit by such vibes to start us out here. I'm alright with this. Let's go here. I can't spell. Throwing a little apostrophe there to get some grammatic syntax going on. I hope Brian doesn't want a quick response from me, because I'm at least knocking out an hour here. Well, hey! Hi! Hello! Welcome back, Alexandrian Codex. It's 5:37 p.m. on Monday, November 15th, 2021. We're gonna hop into a little Stardew Valley. I'm going to stream like an hour maybe of Stardew starting now, and then I'm good to switch over. Dope. Now I can go back to ignoring Messenger. God damn it. He's being so responsive. Being good and communicative. Son of a bitch. The nerve. Where does this guy get off? It's a weird expression, isn't it? Where do you get off, buddy? That's kind of an intimate question to be asking, especially in a tone like that. Oh, yeah, Halo Infinite multiplayer launches today or is free. Godspeed, you beautiful bastard. No, I will not be looped back into playing Halo. Was I ever particularly good? No. But the amount of time I spent playing Halo 2... Alright, you know what? I'm done, Brian. I'm done. I'm no longer responding. I'm leaving you on message received. I refuse. I refuse. Oh, God, oh, hey. Chairman, I didn't see you there. This is one sneaky kitty. Hidden pussy. Put pussy in the grass. I mean, there's definitely... It's a metaphor. I wasn't gonna jump right into that. Howdy, Hickey man. You can't just leave Brian from Family Eye and read. No, I can. Because I know that we're playing Baldur's Gate 3 tonight at like 7ish, 6:37ish Pacific Standard Time. Outside of that, I can just talk to him then, because anything we talk about now is just banter we won't have later. And also, I'm streaming over here. I don't want to keep tabbing back and forth between Messenger and this. I slept on the couch today. Why? 'Cause the same reason I always end up sleeping on the couch when I do. I had a long-ass SCP video that I wanted to listen to. Specifically, and let's give credit where credit's due, because there's so many fucking YouTubers that do this shit, and so many of them are bad. Exploring the SCP Foundation series by the Exploring series is a very nice voice. He reads slowly, dramatically, provides some narration, but it's not try-hardy. And if that's not specific enough, I just encourage you to check him out, because it's very good content. They release new episodes every Sunday, I think, so it's a special treat to start the week with. And I love falling asleep to his videos. Love it. Good voice. Good voice, and gets you in a good mindset for some good and weird dreams. But I was like, oh, I'll just listen to this hour-long SCP article, then go to bed. And I wake up like halfway through the SCP article, and you're finally getting to like the weird shit. Like, I have no idea what's going on. Turn the TV off, roll over on the couch, go to sleep. Because I'm a very functional adult. Is the voice hot though? I mean, not particularly for me. I mean, you have a whole subreddit for that. But you know, we can get some content ID match going on here.
SCP-4246. The Lassomania, or the Dreams of the Firstborn.
Tell me that is not just pleasant to listen to. You can't. And if you do, well, you and I have different tastes. I'm not calling you a liar, I'm just saying you're wrong. It's very, very pleasant. If I'm not mildly aroused while listening to someone describe an Eldritchian horror, is it even worth it? Well, I don't know. Why don't you come over here and we can read some from the Cthulhu mythos, and you tell me. Jesus, we have a lot of trees going on over here. Hey, baby, you want some Cthulhu and chill? Oh, God, I'm gonna be awake all night. Oh, well, whatever, fuck it. Time has no meaning, and I'm determined to not care. Hell yeah, attitude. Hell yeah, Alex, that's the right attitude to have right now. Fuck it. So long as you're awake, your apartment is clean, and you're functional for your date on Wednesday, ain't shit matter. Ain't shit matter. Also, you should respond to that interview offer you got on, like, Friday. Yeah. We'll see. Hey, baby, you want some tentacle and smash? Tell me you play Inklings in Smash without telling me that you play Inklings in Smash. It took me a minute there to remember any Smash character with any kind of tentacly appendage. I gotta say, Nintendo, what the fuck? You seem to be intentionally not giving tentacled characters. Is there some kind of ulterior motive for this? Cephalopod erasure, SMH. Oh. Yeah, God. You know, there's no subtle way or easy way to talk about what I want to talk about. So maybe I should just pivot and talk about something else. But you know, I have had ADHD friends for a long time. And been in neurodivergent circles. So, you know, I've gotten all kinds of ADHD memes and knowledge. But when I've heard particularly cis women with ADHD talk about it before, and talk about how, like, they might be, say, giving a hand job, and then, like, halfway through just, like, completely having their attention pivot and getting distracted and being like, I'm done with this, I don't want to do this anymore. I thought, like, huh, okay, that's not necessarily quirky, but kind of... Okay. 100 bug guts. Or get a prismatic jelly. I don't want to do either of those. I thought, like, okay, yeah, that never happened to me. But, like, haha, kind of quirky thing. No, it is no longer quirky. I get it. And when it happened, I just laughed. I'm like, oh, I know this. Uh, you know, everybody has, especially neurodivergent folks. We all have my voice fucking cracking there. We all have quirks, right? And I certainly do, especially when it comes to sex. And just kind of discovering those and finding those out about one another in a really non-judgmental, soft, intimate, friendly kind of way. It's really nice. But I can also see these same sorts of interactions and discoveries being like thoroughly unpleasant or embarrassing or shameful or whatever if you're with the... She doesn't seem interested in talking right now. Oh, okay. No, that's fine. Just gonna go stand by the side of the road, contemplate your own mortality. Fine. No, that's all good. You do that. But there's so many things people have been shamed for, like taught to think that they shouldn't do or shouldn't think or should be easy or difficult or whatever for them, and it doesn't line up, and they've internalized that as in some sort of negative fashion. It really doesn't have to be. If your partner gets stimulated and distracted and maybe can't easily hold attention, okay, that's not the end of the world. That's really not the end of the world. Unless you are in a mood where you really just want a lot of attention dedicated or devoted to, in which case, you know, you can work with that. You can make that happen. What the fuck do I want to do with the time here? The store is open. We have 9 days. Until the end of the season. I mean, it ends on the 28th, but I want 9 days, so let's look at the crops here. Artichoke. Do we even have artichoke available right now? Artichoke me, daddy? Yeah, I made the same joke last time. Yep, that's right. Artichoke or amaranth. Amaranth, I don't think we can get here. I don't recall artichokes being in. And we can swing over and check. We can do 2 more rounds of bok choy, which I really don't want to do. Kind of just want to plant and forget. Could do yam, but that's a 10-day harvest. Ha, 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 ha. We got... Alright. Buy the fucking backpack, Alex. Quit not buying the backpack. In fact, buy another backpack, Alex. There we go. There we go. Should have done that a while ago. Hello. Can you artichoke me? You can amaranth me. And I might just have to settle for that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to settle for that. I could plant trees and get them going. Do trees grow during the winter? That is a great question. Stardew, do trees grow in winter? Okay, thank you, autofill. Trees do not grow in winter unless they're fertilized. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Alex, weren't you saying you wanted to get into... Listen, I know what I said. And, you know, really, I'm finding the attitude I'm being addressed with right now, frankly, insulting. I mean, I could make fertilizer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. And then the rest of the shit is amaranth. Yup. Oh god. That might be way too much amaranth. By that I mean that's way too much amaranth. Oh, who is phone? Snapchat. Awesome, okay. That should still be charging though, yeah. I don't know. Growing up with this, attitude that sex should be some specific way. And that specific way was, like, honestly quite a negative way. Like, sex is sacred. Buddy, no, it's not. Hard disagree. And this assertion that it should be considered sacred, you can't fertilize this, can you? You can only fertilize till it's, well, okay, I got fertilizer that I'm not using. That's fine. The sacredness of it makes it scary and intimidating and frightening in a way that it is really detrimental to an enjoyable experience. But if sex can just be fun and intimate and, you know, important and meaningful, sure. If it still holds those connotations to you, we don't have to take those connotations away. There we go. But what if instead of just really maybe making too much of a thing out of, oh, it's very special and you shouldn't have sex with, yeah, whatever. Like, having awkward sex where, like, nobody gets off, that's a great way to get to know each other. I mean, that's a good learning opportunity that maybe you shouldn't be fucking, or maybe, you have something to learn about fucking one another, and that's okay. Like, that's fine. But especially, like, a lot of toxic masculinity is tied up in this idea of performance-based sex. And I guess I talked about this not too long ago. It's been on my mind because I was listening to some podcasts. I was listening to somebody talk about performance-based sex last week, and it's kind of just stuck in my brain. Like, yeah, this is something I want to, like, think about and tease apart on, because it's always been, it was a big formative part contributing to my sexuality, right? I'm not in denial about that. Like, the idea that your worth or value as a partner is your ability to sexually satisfy or stimulate your partner. And I still to this day have some of that internalized. Not gonna front and be like, I'm fully enlightened and sex is just intimate and fun and performance doesn't matter. No, that's still a source of worry and insecurity for me. I think a lot of people. And trying to tease that apart and walk that back. Maybe not get rid of it, but walk that back and try to understand why it is and where it's coming from is... yeah. Sex is sacred. Gay sex is my main tenet, one of the main tenets of my religious belief. Hey baby, you want to get spiritual? Alternatively, hey baby, want to see God? Or that fucking TikTok meme, if it makes you comfy, you can call me God. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are applicable here. Okay, but I gotta get this fucking amaranth in the ground, like, tonight, so... we might be up a little past our bedtime tonight. Especially with the cat being right fucking there. I bought too much amaranth and now I'm panicking. We've gotta get it in before midnight. Like, there's this whole notion, and particularly I think teenagers fixate a lot on this shit of, like, being good at sex. Dog, what do you even mean by that? There's so many different kinds of sex you can have. There's so many different sex acts you can participate in. There's so many different ways that you can sexually stimulate partners. What is being good at sex? Well, being good at sex is, in my book, active, enthusiastic communication. asking questions, checking in, caring about the other person, like some pretty basic fundamental shit, but stuff that goes awry quite a bit. Like, I was finding over the weekend, a large amount of nonverbal communication was happening. And it wasn't bad necessarily, like, it was effective, and we were definitely non-verbally communicating, or no, non-verbally communicating is the right word there, effectively. But I like, especially early on with a new partner or someone I'm just starting to date, I like a lot of even redundant verbal communication, just to be sure. Just to be sure that everyone involved is having their needs met, is comfortably consenting, is, you know, enthusiastic and game, and there aren't any signals being misread. Great example of that. Have you ever woken up with a partner, could be a new partner, could be a long-term partner, having sex? Have you ever had that happen? I have. And it's kind of a fun notion, right? Ooh, yeah, like kind of hot, just waking up already all bothered and turned on, and just like, you're both there, you're both ready to go, and like, oh, what an amazing way to wake up. And like, yeah, sure. But also, if you're like me, and communication and consent are really important, just like part of your existence, it's a little confusing, and being like, hey, wait a minute. Ain't neither of us talked about this. Ain't neither of us checked in about this. And like, if we both had a good time, fine, but if one or more person is unconscious, that, I don't, it gives me pause. I imagine that gets worse. To my knowledge, I haven't dated anyone and had that happen where they sleepwalk or sleep talk. To my knowledge. I talk in my sleep sometimes, though. So if you talk in your sleep and you give consent while sleep talking, and the other person thinks that you're awake, still not really giving consent, is it? But the other person has no idea that you're not actually able to do that. Or like, if you're intoxicated and it's not clear that you're intoxicated, how is the other person supposed to know that they're not actually getting genuine, enthusiastic, sober, thought out consent there? And you know, they can't know. And I get hung up on little things like that. I really do. You know, I don't insist on or participate in a straight-edge sober lifestyle. Generally, I don't drink very much, I don't smoke very much, I don't do drugs very often. Very rarely. Once a blue moon would be too often, honestly. Once every year or so, I can party these days, but, you know, I tend to not care very much, and I tend not to party very hard anymore. I do enjoy just living a relaxed, comfy lifestyle. But I think back to, like, when I was a teenager and having sex on acid, for example. Was I in a headspace to give informed, enthusiastic consent? No. No. No, no, no. Was my partner at the time? No. So if you, like, I now know, right? If you want to have sex and you're planning on being intoxicated, and you're imagining you're gonna be having sex with a particular person, you talk about it beforehand, like, hey, we're gonna do this thing, how do you feel about us having sex while we're high or while we're tripping. How do you feel about that? What do you think about that? And you fucking talk about it before you're out of your fucking mind and horny. And I'm really at a place where those conversations are much more reassuring to me than any kind of affirmation I could get from somebody drunkenly or intoxicatedly being like, hey girl, you want some fuck, or you know, you get what I'm getting at. But that kind of thinking and behavior did not crop up overnight. Let's double check the fucking amaranth here. 7 days? Oh yeah, fuck me up. Should I really be doing 100 more of these? No. No, the answer is I should not. But like, I got the time and I have the money, so like, fuck it. Let's make more money, get more XP, knock it up to level 10. And get money going into winter. And spring. Oh my god, my neck is sore. Jesus Christ. There's a big knot, haha, back there that needs to be worked out. Okay, so long as I don't till anything new, I know that I can water everything we have tilled and still have at least a little energy left over. And I know I can retill all this shit if need be. And that's a good metric for the time being. For how many seeds I should have bought. Or should not have bought. For my sake, I need to have these in grids of 5 or 10, so it's easier for me to count out. Now, as far as the efficiency of using the land properly, you'll want to measure it out using, like, scarecrow blocks and sprinkler units, but I don't want to do that. Okay, 10 more, 11 more. I think I can do that. And, like, if I can't, oh well, we have some plants die. And I pay for my hubris. I don't think I will be. Which is exactly what somebody who will pay for their hubris would say. I think I'll be alright. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. Yeah, don't really have politics on the brain. Don't really have a lot else on my mind to dig into. Oh, you know, I haven't been up to much lately, outside of like, let's talk about sex. Let's talk about that. Talk about sex and dating is what's been on my mind for obvious reasons. It's actually made me kind of reflective on my dating when I was younger. And what I was like, the kind of people I was dating, and kind of this moment of realization. Again, the person I went on a date with this weekend, was younger than me, and she made jokes about, you know, me being older, in both, like, positive and negative ways, like, you know, people just like older partners. I'm like, that's kind of a generalization. And it kind of didn't really land on me until today. Like, I have been feeling insecure about looking down the barrel of 30, and I've been feeling old, even though I'm not. But it's been kind of a, oh no, I'm not super young anymore. I'm losing my youth. Right? And the fear and apprehension of like, ooh, like, I'm scared of not being attractive in the ways I have been, or that I can be. I'm scared of missing out on windows of opportunity, feeling like I've waited too long to try and get control of, like, my body and my presentation and, like, my taking care of myself and being like, I'm too old, I've missed out. But I forgot there's this fucking thing where age can be sexy. Like, silver foxes are a thing. Not my thing, really, but other people's thing. And my type of what do you call it? Self-esteem is really based on, like, actually finding myself attractive. Not just seeing how other people could find myself attractive, but, like, trying to emulate and embody qualities that are... I thought that was iridium, and I was so excited, and it's just sports. I'm gonna redact it now. But, like, I dress and go for an aesthetic that's similar to aesthetics that I enjoy other people having, right? A lot of people don't work that way. Particularly straight people sure as fuck don't work that way. And I guess that's a thing, right? I guess, like, I don't have to worry about that. I don't know, not a complete thought, really. Just kind of a realization that, like, oh, you know, me go 30, that's not bad. Like, goddamn, there's this notion that, like, once you turn 30, you're not young and hot anymore. There are a lot of very hot people in their 30s. Like, as a teenager, I, at least, and it feels like other people, have this sense that, you know, once you hit 30, that's MILF territory, right? No! No! I mean, you can be a MILF at very young ages. All it requires is, you know, having a kid. Or big MILF energy. Whichever you want to have and embody, there are several ways to become a MILF. Relativity is a crazy fucking thing, especially when it comes to age and conceptualization of age. Like in high school, the notion of dating someone a year older or younger than you, a grade higher or lower than you, is like crazy. Like, ooh, wow, that's even sort of deviant. Now it's like a year is functionally nothing. Like, that's fine. Now it's more of a question of, like, blocks of 5 years. Like, plus or minus 5 years? No big. Absolutely no big deal. Plus or minus 6 years? Not really big deal. 7 years? Now we have to think about it a little bit. Why is it that arbitrary? I don't know. Just, that's the way my brain feels. Them's the breaks that my rules have come up. Let's try that again. Them's the breaks / rules that my brain has come up with. I'm not saying that I have regained my mental faculties in their entirety yet. I think I might, you know, be excused for still having a little bit of dumb, exhausted brain going on here, so I'm not sorry. It's Spacey Alex hours. Prior to our date, she had started talking about anti-vax protest that apparently was going on here, and was like going off about it, and then I didn't have a chance to respond because I was like getting ready and cleaning and worrying about other shit. And then she apologized, like, sorry, I don't mean to get political. Haha, I'm sort of a socialist. Haha, borderline communist. And I'm like, hold up. You know who you're talking to, right? Like, you've seen on my dating profiles, like, socialist is one of the first fucking things on there. Like, no, go off. Please, queen, go off. Except I don't say queen, but like, go off. Like, I'm here for it. I love it. I'm just not doing the same right now because I'm panicking about other shit. But it was so weird to me to have somebody apologizing to me for going off about politics. Like, where do you think you are? We're all mad down here. Oh, fuck, it's midnight. I lost track of time. Again, in the mines. Again, I don't need that iron. Just go, Alex. Just go. Just get out of here. Just get out of here. Dude, Pretzel Rocks is really doing a bang-up job tonight. Bang-up job. Like, god damn. God damn. Life would be so... I don't enjoy just my constant monogamist bashing. I ain't about to stop it either. 1 a.m.'s the energy cutoff, isn't it? Well, we've already passed it. I'm just gonna cut this back so it doesn't... I don't know if grass can slow the growth of trees, but I'm just gonna not take that chance. And cut this back anyway. It kinda horrifies me thinking about a life of not being romantically involved with all the people I've been romantically involved with, not being open to those experiences and all that intimacy and all that joy and learning and... that... find that kinda terrifying. Not in a, haha, streets are crazy kind of way. I mean, no, not like in a judgmental way. Like, I've just learned so much and grown so much as a person because of the people I've dated, the people I've hooked up with, the people I've been in love with, the people I've had one-night stands with, the people I've kissed and then never done anything with, the people who I've passingly held hands with and had a quiet evening with, the company that has lasted days, years, minutes, seconds, or decades. They've all been incredibly impactful on me. And, you know, just because you're not intimate with someone in the same way doesn't mean that your relationship isn't meaningful, and I'm not trying to imply that. But for me, it's been an incredibly important experience to have so many intimate and intensely romantic, sensual, and sexual relationships to help make me who I am today. In the best ways possible. Also, probably in, like, some traumatic ways, but I'm trying to think positively here. Ah, fuck, did I water the cat? I didn't water the cat. I did not. Yep, did not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My apologies. I was talking about performance of sex earlier, and the emphasis on that. I'll go out and say it. If you're worried about how doing a good job and you get all up in your head about, like, performance, I'm gonna bet that leads to a negative impact on your performance. I've had partners who have been very easy to help them get off. I've had partners who could not get off due to trauma and dysphoria and anxiety. I've had partners that have been, anywhere and everywhere in between, and like, yeah, it's really satisfying to be able to help get your partner off. I'm using partner here as a catch-all term for someone you are being intimate with, not to imply any kind of long-term dedication being necessary or, a dedicated relationship, right? There's also so many other ways to get satisfaction that you've meaningfully impacted somebody's life or made their day or made them really happy outside of helping them get that nut. I had a partner, my last long-term partner, tell me that she felt guilty keeping me to herself. Tell me that she, which is code, if you're not aware, that's code for, well, at the time we were both poly at the time, but she wanted to try being monogamous, and I went along with it, which was, I think ultimately detrimental, but who can say? So it was coming from a place of, like, feeling like she had taken this part of my life away from me, and this aspect of my personality away from me, but also, at the same time, it was very charming, this sense of, like, you really think I'm special? But then there were also times where she's like, talking about feeling like it wasn't fair, or that, God, I can't remember her exact phrasing, because she would bring up this notion quite a bit, that more women should sleep with someone like me, that, like, I don't know what you mean by that. Like, I'm communicative, and I'm, like, pretty okay in bed. Like, if I am good in bed, it is a combination of my knowledge, skill, experience, technique, etc. I'd say is like, I don't know, 50%. We'll do a 50-50 because I really don't want to tease this apart. It's a constituent part. Absolutely. But you know what else is a constituent part? What the other person is communicating about what they want, what they need, what they're feeling, what they're into, what they're not into, right? And, like, it doesn't matter if you're a fucking sexual dynamo. If your partner isn't helping you by communicating with you, either verbally and non-verbally, through body language, through sounds, through intentional and unintentional reactions, right? If you're not communicating, you're kind of fucking up, right? Like, can it really be good sex if you don't talk? Can it really be good sex if you don't laugh? Can it really be good sex if you don't make a couple of mistakes and learn from it? Can it be? I don't know. Like the sex lives of your cliche cishet people. Like, God, imagine going most or much of your life just having sex in, like, missionary. And the thought of, like, doggy style or cowgirl being kinky. That's fucking horrifying. I'll say it, I hate missionary. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. I don't like being on top. I don't. At all. Don't like it at all. So, like, that alone makes me just, like, grimace at the thought of that being the end-all be-all of your sex life. And just, like, this notion that sex is just about, yeah, really pounding it out. Dog, why? Why is that all there is to you? Like, that sucks, dude. That sucks. Like, missing out on so much fun. Like, come on, you're making out, and let's assume you're making out and you're having fun, and you smile, place your hand on the center of your partner's chest, kiss them with the other hand wrapped around the back of their neck, lean in and whisper in their ear, "Can I go down on you?" And then they probably will blush or nod or smile and excitedly nod or say yeah or fuck yeah or I'd love that or whatever. Or they can say no and it's totally fine. But then, like, gently pushing them down with your one hand and guiding them down with the other, and then kissing down their chest to their waist, and, you know, taking time to kiss parts of their body that they like being kissed, fondling and touching your way down. Like, giving head is so much fucking fun. There's so much touching and feeling and communicating and teasing that goes into it. Missionary is just like, lay down and frick. Like, that's so boring. It's so boring, and it's not fun. It's not fun at all by comparison. To me, at least, it's not fun at all. And the same thing's kind of true for, like, doggy style. And I get the appeal. I get the appeal as a person being fucked. I get the appeal. Absolutely. But, alright, you know what, buddy? We're gonna have words, you little shit. I get it, but from that position, you can kind of run your hands down the other person's back, grip at their thighs, you can, you know, play with their ass. And maybe if there's a notable height difference, you can touch their chest, play with their hair, pull their hair, keep your hand on wrapped around their throat, even, you know, really depending on the bodies at work here. You can do some fun stuff. So, like, that's a step up from missionary, which is just like sleep. I sleep. You little shit. I need to kill you, crab. I don't actually want the crab. I just gotta kill you for a mission. And so next step up from that, absolutely having the other person on top. Oh my god, absolutely having the other person on top. Because it's basically the same sort of appeal that I was describing, the tactile and, like, tease appeal of being between someone's thighs, right? Because you still are, just a different part of you is between their thighs. Because you have access to so many sensitive points of their body, and importantly, you can see their face. You can read facial reactions, you can look up to see how they're doing, and this is something I really like about giving head as well. You can see their chest rising and falling. You can, while you're caressing their chest or running your hands up them, you can feel their heartbeat. You can see how they're doing. You can take up nonverbal bodily cues of, like, maybe how close they are to getting off, but also, like, are they enjoying themselves? Are they comfortable? Do you need to, like, hey, let's reposition you, or do you need a pillow, or something like that, right? Doggy style, it's kind of hard to do that, because you can't fucking see the other person's face, and I don't like it about that. Missionary, you can kind of do that, but I really don't like creepily staring down. I know it's not creepily, I don't like staring down at another person like that. I don't. If I'm pinning someone, I like that feeling. But, I don't know. It just... There's probably more to tease out here, but I'm just like, no, not for me, not for me. But, like, imagine being in... Oh, God, like... Imagine existing in a world where anything outside of sex for the sake of procreation in the most efficient way possible was, like, bad. Or, I don't know. And y'all fucking baby boomers trying to take credit for a restoration or movement of sex positivity. No, you did a bad job. You did a really bad job, because you fucked a lot and did a lot of drugs in the 60s. And then you wouldn't let us do either of those things, and you told us how bad it was, and then you, like, stood by and watched without a care as a generation of gay people died in the 80s. And they're like, oh yeah, you know, y'all are so uptight these days. Back in my day, we had free love. And then you killed free love. You killed it. You killed it dead. You're the reason everything has been so fucking repressed. And with that, let me say, fuck Woodstock, fuck the 60s, fuck hippies. Y'all were a bunch of performative-ass motherfuckers who didn't make meaningful enough change. You settled for incrementalism when the people who were desperately in need were crying out for revolution, and then you patted yourselves on the back, created decades and decades of propaganda talking about how you were the generation that changed it all, and saved and defined the modern era, and sincerely, let me say from the bottom of my heart, go fuck yourselves. So it hasn't quite been an hour. I feel like that's a pretty good place to wrap up, right? I get to be slightly indignant, and I don't think we're knocking out another day in less than 10 minutes. It's about 6:30, so I do want to switch over and play games with Ryan. By games, I mean, well, yawn, Baldur's Gate 3, so until, like 5 or 10 minutes from now, I'm gonna mute some shit on stream. And if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, on stream, on Twitch, whatever, if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, that will depend on me actually uploading these. I'm currently sitting on a backlog of like 20 something of these bad boys, so I should probably get that rolling, but me lazy. Until tomorrow, I'm gonna say take care, toodaloo, see you then, bye bye.